Hi guys and welcome to this video. So today's video concerns this little gem of a camera right here. It is a GoPro Hero 5 Black, and as you may know if you've watched my previous two videos really, this is the camera that I use as of Christmas 2016. It was my main Christmas present. So then, I especially have a friend who has one of these and they're having some problems playing the video. You see, this thing records in 4K, and while 4K is great, the computer that I'm sitting at right now is from 2007. It's a Core 2 Duo with 2 gigs of RAM and a spinning 160GB hard disk. I think we're going to have problems. So, I want to show you a little trick today. You see, most people will connect this camera to a computer by unclipping this, and inside there is a USB connector. It's a USB-C connector, so I'll just plug that in right now and show you something. And we're in. Turn it on. And this is the screen you'll see in Linux. Now I'm going to negative this so I can see what I'm doing. If I go to DCIM, which is usually your camera images, see the only thing in there is 100 GoPro. Click in that, and you find one of your videos. So, for example, let's see here. You'll notice that all the videos are MP4 files, really. And I can't open this because it'll get rid of my preview in the bottom right hand corner. But, you'll notice these are MP4 files, and when you open them, if they're 4K or if they're 1080p, if you go get media info, they are 1080p. They will try to play back in 1080p. Now, if you don't have powerful graphics, if you're not Billy Lapworth and you don't have a really powerful graphics card, you're gonna have a problem with that. So, I'd like to show you a neat little trick as to how to play these things. Let me close this. And I'm going to unmount this, eject it basically, that's how Linux works. And if I unplug the camera, now I'm sure anybody who wants to do this has already worked this out, but if you flick the battery compartment open and take out the battery because it's easier, you'll notice there's a little micro SD card. Now, what you need is one of these adapters. Usually it'll come with a card. It's like this. So you stick your micro SD card into there. You stick it into the computer. Fortunately, this one has an SD card reader. If it doesn't, you'll have to get an SD card reader that's USB. I've got one of those as well. And when it loads, this screen pops up. Now you're reading the SD card and you're not going through the camera, so the camera cannot pretend the things aren't there. It's just raw files. So if we go into DCIM, right away you'll notice you can actually see the database here. I wouldn't bother opening this, but you go into this folder and I'll negative. There's way more files. So you see all these LRV files. There's one right here. LRV, as far as I can tell, it stands for low resolution video. And if you open one of these and you get info on it, it is an 854 by 480, which rather than 1920 by 1080 or whatever you set it to, video that is much easier to play on an older computer. Now, obviously, you wouldn't want to edit these, because if you edit these, then the video you actually create will be in standard definition, which, by the way, 854 by 480 is, I believe, the resolution used by YouTube's video player if you have it in standard definition mode. So, you don't want to edit these. What you want to do is use these as proxy clips. Now, if you have something like Sony Vegas, or if you edit on Linux like I do, and you use Kdenlive, which I don't really edit on Linux, but I publish from Linux, then you'll have an option to generate proxy clips. Now, you may not be able to actually use these LRVs as proxy clips. It might have to generate its own, but that is a great idea. So, for example, if you want to record a 1080p video and then you want to be able to play it back on your computer smoothly while you're editing it before you render, what you want to do is you want to generate proxy clips at something like 854 by 480, which is standard definition. So then, when you're editing the video, it'll look standard definition, but what it does is it takes all of the cuts and the splits and stuff that you do to these low resolution videos that it generates from the higher res automatically, and then it applies them to these higher res videos when you render. So you will get an HD video, but it looks exactly how the SD video looked when you were editing it, except it's in high definition, or whatever you set to. These cameras are very versatile, you can set them to pretty much anything. So that's my little trick. You may also notice here, there's a THM file. Now, I'm not quite sure what these are. I'm pretty sure they're text files. I don't know why I'd need them, but you can have a look at those. You'll also notice, if you take a highlight with these things, I'm pretty sure you get a GOPR00 whatever .map file, and that is just a text file as well. If you force it to open with Notepad or Pluma or whatever you want, you will see it's just a text file with the mappings. But there's also here wave audio. So I'm not going to open it again because I think it'll mess up my preview because I'm using VLC to show my preview down there. But if you wanted to take the audio track and import it into something like Audacity and edit it separately and then mute the audio in your editor and add it back onto the bottom, that is totally possible. This is totally uncompressed audio. Anything you do to this, obviously if you compress it afterwards, then it's not going to sound as good, but it's wave audio. It's totally uncompressed. So that's my little trick. Expect more videos about this camera. I really like it so far. And also expect, I have a surprise in store for you about this, but that video about the Great Edinburgh Winter Run, yeah, didn't go so well. You'll find out why if you watch the video. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and if you did, a like is most appreciated, helps out loads, and make sure that you can tell me that you actually care about what I do here. If you're new around here, I would appreciate you subscribe, and I'll see you next time.